We back. Also, I was thinking about, like, how much story is left, and I'm like, could we be ending this in, like, 30 parts? 30 to 40 parts is what I was thinking about last night. I'm like, now that sounds like a lot, but considering the Fate route was 77, 78 parts, ending in 30 to 40 more is not a lot, comparatively. So, anyways, let's get into it. The bell rings to signal the start of the 5th period. But what are we doing? Drinking hot coffee here like this. By the way, I went and bought the coffee in a flash. There's still 5 minutes until class starts, right? I think it won't take you 5 minutes to go to the store on the 1st floor and come back. It's because of the demonic request made by Tosaka. So, how is it for you? You started learning it from about 8 years ago. Huh? Oh, when I started learning magic? Yeah, it's been about that long. My father finally started teaching me after I begged him for 2 years. So, a total of about 8 years, huh? Your dad sure did an incomplete job. If he was going to teach you, he should have done something from the time you were born. Your body was already too mature 8 years ago. He couldn't put a magic crest on you, nor could he tamper with your body. Oh, so you can't get a magic crest implanted when you're older. Okay. I don't remember if they talked about it in the Fate route. I just remember, like, always wondering, like, if Kirisuko was going to teach him magic anyways, why not give Shiro his magic crest? That just makes sense to me. But that actually makes a lot of sense. Tosaka says dangerous things with a serious face. Well, I know this is her part of her. I know this is her part of her as a magus. Oh, okay. Yeah, but as I told you before, my father never intended to teach me magic. That's why he didn't go through the proper steps like you did. Actually, what do you mean by doing something when you're born? It's just like it sounds. The magic crest of a family becomes larger the more history there is behind the family. A magic crest is a magic circuit taking shape, so engraving it into someone causes the human body to reject it and causes serious pain. So we implant it bit by bit from the time we're born to moderate the pain. We also drink bitter herbs and ground bones to create to create resistance in our bodies. Well, you don't need to worry too much since it doesn't concern you as a magic user, and it's troublesome if you start copying it and do reckless things. I don't intend to. But are you alright? It sounds pretty bad from the way you said it. I can't put it into words properly. I don't know what you would call a normal Magus teacher, but I felt the pressure when I went to Tosaka's house. A family that passes on a long history. Children that have the duty to succeed from the time they're born. Secluded from the normal world, disregarding their will. I bite my lip, trying irresponsibly to think how long and heavy it is. Oh, I see. You're worrying about such a thing. What's that? What's with that meaningful face? I'm not worried at all, you know. That was a terrible read, but it's fine. Of course not. There's nothing for you to be worried about. I did it because I wanted to, and I don't regret it one bit. Isn't it the same for you as well? Why are you asking me? Why the same? Me and Tosaka? Jeez, you really don't get anything about yourself, huh? Look, my training was indeed hard, but I never thought about running away. I'm saying that it must be the same for you. Oh, yeah, you're right. But I never asked you to do anything as hard as you're doing. Don't say stupid things. It's crazy to start learning magic after 9 years of normal life. I don't know what your daily routines are, but I'm sure it's a dangerous one. It must be so dangerous that you might lose your life if you fail. Oh. Well, that's only because I'm an amateur. And it's not supposed to be that dangerous. I can't compare it to you, Tosaka. Right, I can't compare myself to you either. Training in magic is like that. The only common thing is that we're all putting our lives on the line. There is a difference in how much we put on the line, but it just means how much risk we're willing to take, right? In that regard, your training is much harsher than mine. I've never trained in a way that might kill me. First of all, I don't fail. Wow, you just declared it. She casually says something that hurts me. In other words, she says she doesn't understand how we feel when we fail. Hey, don't sulk, I praised you. It doesn't make me happy when the person that always gets the perfect scores tell me I did well this time. I didn't say this time. The point is that the training is hard, but it's not harsh. That's why I've never run away from it, and I will continue training. The same goes for you, right? Tosaka said it was hard, but not harsh. I think she's right. I did not feel that my training was harsh nor severe. No, I didn't have any composure to think about such a thing. I just wanted to catch up to Kiritsugu. I want to be like Kiritsugu someday. I kept on training to become the superhero that Kiritsugu couldn't be. Come to think of it, most of my memories are about training in the shed. But I never regretted it. I always believed that it's the most important thing for me. I see, you're right. Now that you mention it, I guess I did my share, huh? Yep, you came to where you were today with your own skills, so have more confidence in yourself. Tosaka tells me to be proud. I'm a bit embarrassed. It's more embarrassing if she gets happy about it, as if it's her own accomplishment. Well, let's talk about the serious stuff now that this conversation's over. We have to know about each other's strengths if we're going to be cooperating. Strengths? Oh, you mean the magic we can use? Huh. That's something you know already. You know what I use, right? Yes, your magic is strengthening, right? I won't say it's rare, but I don't think many Magi use it as their primary magic. I've been wondering, but why are you particular about using the strengthening magic? No, that's the only thing I can do. I tried a lot, but strengthening is the only thing I can do. The rest is basic stuff like making a blueprint and such. This isn't something we have to talk about now. Oh, he didn't say that out loud. I was wondering, like, what the frick do you mean by that? I see. I guess mine is conversion. What does that mean? Accumulation, flow, and transformation of power. That's my basic power. And I also know the popular spells. I can manage to make a boundary field that's about the size of a classroom. Conversion of power. That's the most basic and the most all-around. All-round. In other words, she can put magical energy into any container and transform it. I see. I'm happy that you're telling me this. But is it really alright to tell me about your magic? You told me about yours before, right? It's not fair if I hide mine. Saying so, Tosaka holds out her left arm. I've shown you before, but this is my magic crest. The technique of conversion is what's been passed down to the Tosaka family. We're good at shifting our powers, or someone else's. Magical energy disappears when we take it out of our body, right? We cannot create anything special with just magical energy. We execute the equation called magic using the magical energy before it disappears. That's why pure magical energy that's not part of a spell is hard to move around. She stops there and takes a small rock out of her pocket. Is it a jewel? The transparent polyhedron reminds me of a kaleidoscope. That's a CE from FGO! I love that one! As an exception, I can store my magical energy in other objects. No, not only my magical energy, but I can also store others' magical energy. And although it'll be difficult, I can store things other than magical energy as well. And the most compatible storage space is a jewel. You know that jewels are places that easily store thoughts, a prison that stops flow, right? Additionally, crystals that have been in the ground for a long time carry strong natural spirits. Such jewels can become a simple magic crest when a magical energy is poured into them. Well, since it's a jewel, it'll break once the stored magical energy is released. Tosaka shrugs and puts away the jewel. That's a waste. By it breaking, you mean it'll go away once you use it, right? Do you have to replenish an expensive thing like a jewel every time you use it? Yep. That's why we're always out of money. Magi of the Tosaka family start by making money once they succeed. I see. Yeah, people have different problems, Tosaka. Ugh. She looks away as if she said too much. Yeah, I think so every time I see her, but I think Tosaka is rather foolish. Oh, that's mean. The 5th period is about to end. Tosaka's explanation has ended, so I decided to ask her about another Magus about Shinji. Wait, what? That sentence did not work in my brain. So I decided to ask her about another Magus, about Shinji. Okay. Hey, Tosaka. I heard Shinji's family, the Mato family, is a family of Magi. Did you know that? Yes, I did. But my dad told me the Mato family declined in the past few decades. He said that the Mato family doesn't have the bloodline of Magi now. That's true. That's why I was surprised to hear that Shinji became a master. I see, so she did know, huh? That's to be expected because she supervises this land and knows about all the Magi with the history that live here. So she did know about that Shinji's a master. Wait, Hold on. Tosaka, you knew that Shinji's a master? I'm sorry. I guess my thinking he couldn't. I'm sorry. I guess my thinking he couldn't be a master backfired. Tosaka says so as if it's nothing. That's strange. She's looking for the third master at our school, but it seems like she's not considering Shinji to be a problem at all. Tosaka, Shinji's a master, right? Yes, but that shouldn't be such a problem. He doesn't have any magical energy, so he shouldn't be able to do anything outrageous. Our enemy is a master hiding at our school. Shinji doesn't have the presence of a master, so he's not the one we're looking for. Then does that mean there's actually 4 masters at our school? I would think so. Well, I don't think Shinji would interfere since I told him not to do anything. She makes another worrisome statement. No, first of all, how did Tosaka find out that Shinji's a master? Tosaka, can you tell me what happened this morning in detail? There's nothing much to talk about since Shinji was the one who told me. He asked me if I wanted to cooperate with him since he's a master as well. I'm starting to get a bad feeling about this, but I can't stop her here. So what happened after that? I declined, of course, but he still kept on being persistent, so I unintentionally said that I don't need him since I have you, Shiro. Tosaka laughs as if it's a funny story. Oh, that would definitely send, the type of person Shinji is over the edge. That must be why Shinji was acting strange today, but... So what will you do now? Are you going to ignore Shinji? Shinji's the one that set up that boundary field at our school, right? What? Tosaka freezes. I thought so. She didn't know Shinji made the boundary field, huh? You're wrong, Tosaka. Shinji is certainly not a Magus, but he's the one that set up the boundary field. I think his servant excels at magic like Castor. Tosaka grows pale. Tosaka, you didn't know? I did. I knew the boundary field was made by a servant, but... She couldn't make the connection to Shinji, huh? I recall how Tosaka was acting until now. I bet Tosaka was so worried about what happened last night that she couldn't think about Shinji. It must be the biggest mistake she's made in her life. Crap, Shinji might be... She gets up instantly and glares at the exit. At that instant... Oh, whoa, 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 whoa! That was cool, what the freak? The disorder is revealed as if it was carefully timed. I like to imagine Shinji's just sitting on, like, the entrance to the roof and is just like, alright, I'm waiting, I need them to put it together so I can spook them real good with my timing. Boundary field. The sky is tinted red. I read that so scared. My body is numbed just by breathing in the red air surrounding the school. It doesn't affect Magi that can create magical energy inside their bodies, but people with scarce magical energy will faint just by breathing it in and should eventually die. Tosaka. I know, let's hurry, Shiro. The school is red all around. The hallway is red like blood. The air is red like blood. The thick air sticking to my skin makes me hallucinate that this might just be a bad dream. Breath filled with hatred escapes my closed mouth. I pour reasoning onto my confused and heated brain as coolant and try to grasp the situation. I run into the classroom, the one nearest to the stairs. Tosaka stops for a second, hesitant to enter this disastrous scene. I understand how she feels. I don't want to encounter such a thing either. They're still alive. It doesn't mean we won't... They're still alive. It doesn't mean we won't make it. I go near a student and check his pulse and breathing. There's no conscious person in this classroom. Everybody, including the students at their desks and the teacher up front, are down on the floor now. Most of the students are unconscious, convulsing, foaming at the mouth like it's a bad joke. The few students have other things happening to them. Their skin is melting. The human skin is slowly melting like mud sliding off a plaster. The way the melting skin drips onto the floor makes me picture a giant stomach. Ugh. Tosaka is astonished by the horrific scene. There's no time to think. To resolve this situation as fast as we can, I should... This is like my bad endings things, right? I looked at this like yesterday when I stopped recording after I think I did like the 6th episode of the day. I was like, oh yeah, I left all this space open so then I could have bad ending slots. yeah, I think that this is a good place to end the episode. And in the next one, spoiler alert, I'm going to use the command spell to call for Saber. Because why would I not do that? So yeah, with that being said, I'll see all you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.